HQ. Hey guys, what's up? I am Paul Niyama from MuscleBuildingFoodsHQ.com, and I'm a fitness specialist, which means that I help people just like you to give you all the tips on eating healthy, working out hard, and with the motivation to help you do all those things. And in this video, I'm talking about one of the most used, probably not the most important, but one of the most used, one of the most talked about accessories for working out, and that is a weight belt. The reason I'm talking about this is I just got a weight belt yesterday, just got it in the mail, and I haven't used one for many years. When I first started out using, lifting, I was using a weight belt. This was in high school and college, and I haven't really used one since. Let me show you what I got, and then I'm going to talk about the whether or not you should be using a weight belt and what type I recommend, everything like that. But let me just turn the camera around. Sorry that it's all shaky, but this is what I got. This is an Inzer belt, and I got this in the mail. Came in this little tiny box. I got a lever belt, so this connects to the other side, and you just make it tight by pulling on this lever. I got a black one, and the reason I got the black is because when you call them up, they have the blacks in stock, so they ship a little quicker. This is a 13 millimeter as far as the thickness. They offer the 10 and the 13. I went with the 13 just because the price wasn't too different, and figured little extra thickness of this can't hurt. You know, might be a little uncomfortable, which is what I've read of the reviews, but you know, it's starting to go heavy, and I wanted to give myself that extra protection. So that is what I got. There's a lot of other companies out there, but this is what I got. This lever right here doesn't come attached. You actually have to screw it in there, and you could adjust it. There's a little room to play with there. So if my waist gets bigger or smaller, then you know, I could make the belt fit. A lot of people like the single prong belt, and I've used those before. I just wanted to try a lever belt, and I liked it. I'd worked out with it today. I am deloading, so wasn't going very heavy, and I usually don't recommend a belt unless you're going really heavy. But I worked with a belt today just because I wanted to try it, break it in a little, see how it felt, and I liked it. I felt more stable. I felt like I was able to handle the weight a little better. I did couple sets with the belt. Most of my sets were without the belt, but I felt the sets with the belt were a lot more stable. So why would you need a belt? Most people, I would say, don't need a belt. Most people are just trying to look good, stay in shape, and are beginners. So if that is you, you probably don't need a belt. If you are a beginner, I would recommend strengthening your core, strengthening the muscles around your midsection, around your abdominals, around your spine, and letting those get naturally strong. What I always used to say is strengthen your core, because you're always going to have that with you. If you're using a belt, you take that off, you're not going to be as strong. There's actually some controversy to that, but I will talk about that later. So if you are lifting body weight, you should not need a belt to lift your own body weight. If you are training light or doing cardio, you probably don't need a belt. What else? A lot of people that are in the intermediate stages is when you might start to use a belt. But for me personally, unless you're going really heavy and training for strength and going near your max, you probably don't need a belt. And that's why I got one, because I shifted what my goals were this year. I wanted to get strong, didn't care about looks, didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to get strong. And for me, that's why I got that belt. What else? Like I said, there is some controversy whether the belt makes your core weaker or stronger. And that comes from the way that people think that the belt helps you. They think, and I thought this for a while, that you make it tight around your midsection. It keeps it tight, keeps it braced. Well, the way you're supposed to use a belt is you're supposed to breathe in and push against that belt with your abdominals. It's called the Valsalva maneuver. And you're actually putting pressure against that belt. And that belt is keeping tight and giving you resistance. So you're actually working your core harder when you're using the belt. And that is why some people say that using a belt will actually make your core stronger. When should you use a belt? when you're going heavy. So if you're not going near that max, I've seen some people say anytime over 70% of your max. I've seen some people say anything over 85% of your max. I just think if you're going to struggle, and there's only two exercises that I recommend using a belt for, and that's a deadlift and a squat. Most other exercises, unless you have an injury or something, you probably should be using that core to stabilize your back. And unless you're going heavy, or like I was today, where you're just testing it out to break it in to see how it feels, don't be using a belt. It's like when you wear straps and gloves. You want to build up your grip to not use those straps, so that you could have a strong grip and not rely on those things. Same thing with the belt. What else? Where do you get a belt? Well, I got mine on Inzer, and I've heard a few things about Inzer. They make excellent products, and their customer service is bad. Well, my experience with them, when I called up, the lady was nice. She helped me out, helped me pick the size that I want, because my waist was kind of in between two sizes, and I went with a bigger one based on her recommendation, and actually it's perfect. They shipped it. I got it in about a week. I think it was exactly a week. I think I called last Monday, and then I got it yesterday, which was Monday. So the shipping time, the service, I have no problems with that. The reason I went with a black, they have a lot of other colors, but the word on their website is that they keep the black in stock so that they could just ship those out. Any other colors? I thought the red looked cool. I thought some of the other colors look cool. But on their website it says it takes like 4 to 6 weeks or something like that if you want a custom color. So that's why I went with the plain black one. I've also seen them sell these belts on Amazon and some other third-party sites. The Amazon one is from a third-party seller. It's not from Inzer itself. So it's a little more expensive when you go through Amazon. There's a lot of other quality belts out there. I know Titan makes a good belt. There's a bunch of other ones. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I would recommend going with a quality belt. The reason about the Inzer, because I know that it's a good belt, and it's a little more expensive than some of these cheap little thin belts or these Velcro belts. I went with the Inzer because I buy it now. Excuse me, I won't have to buy it later. Another one, because it'll break. I've actually seen one of these belt buckles break when I was in high school. One of my friends was lifting a belt and that buckle just popped off. So I wanted to get something that was solid, sturdy, that it would not break. That I've never had a belt break on me during a lift, but I can imagine that feels horrible when you're in the middle of a max effort set and you're struggling, and the support that you have struggles. So that is it. If you have any other questions about weightlifting belts or any other lifting accessories, let me know. You can leave a comment in the section down below, or you can hit me up on social media, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on there. I'll get your messages. Let me know. And stay in touch. Make sure you get my ebook. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I have a lot more videos coming. I have another one coming out this week that I'm going to do. And that is it. I will see you later. Share this with your friends if you found this helpful. And I will see you next time. I'm Paul Niyama from MuscleBuildingFoodsHQ.com.